We are looking at Such Great Heights, originally by the Postal Service and covered and kind of popularized by Iron and Wine. I don't know, that's debatable. I guess they're both pretty obscure versions in the grand scheme of things. But one of them is on an M&M's commercial, which I guess by all standards means success. This is kind of a 2-for-1 lesson because not only do we get to learn how to play a cool song, but we can learn really the fundamentals of finger picking, in my opinion. This is a pattern that you can take and apply to so many songs, and also songs that aren't normally finger picked, and just make them into finger picking songs. How it works is, it's all about the right hand. We're just going to do this with a C chord to start out. So your thumb, a lot of people think finger picking involves stuff like, but really the thumb does twice the work of that. It's going to go back and forth. So your thumb's constantly alternating on a C chord between these two strings. So what you do, what I do is thumb, the thing to remember is thumb middle, thumb third. For a lot of people, they like to do thumb first, thumb second. Doesn't really matter as long as you're using two different fingers. So not going thumb first, anything other than that. It's going to be weird if you try and use your third and fourth fingers, but I guess that's what you want to do, you can't. So on the strings, it's the 5th string, the 3rd string, the 4th string with your thumb, and then the 2nd string. And that repeats. You can play it like Landslide, with that same pattern. But for this song, we're going to give it a bit of a swing, unlike Landslide. It's going to be, instead of 1 and 2 and 3, it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. A bit of a swing, like a heartbeat. Bump, 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 bump. So I'm going to give you the simple version of this, and then we're going to talk about some of the nuances of the song. So you're just going to keep that pattern. When you're on a 5-string chord like C, you're going to do exactly what we just talked about. When you're on a 6-string chord like G, thumb is going to skip. It's going to be from start on the 6th string and skip over the 5th string. That's for 6-string chords. Now there's not going to be a D or anything, but if you were doing a D, you only got 4 strings to work with. So you start on the 4th string. So for this song, the chords are C, to G. And then this is, I want to say like a F-sharp 11 or something, I'm not really sure. But it's, you play like a power chord F, and then instead of having it be a normal F, which would have this note in the full bar, you're just going to play the top 3, hold the top 3 strings of that chord, and play it just like you were playing the G. In other words, your thumb is skipping the 5th string. And then back to C. And G. So that's C, and 2, and 3, and 4, and G. So this crazy F chord to C and G. Okay, and if you haven't noticed, where you got the capo on the 5th fret, and that is the entire song, and you can kind of hear how it goes. It's I think it is a sign, the freckles in our eyes are mirror images, and when we kiss, they're perfectly aligned. And then it starts over. There's lots of verses, but the chorus is the same thing. They will see us waving from such great heights. Come down now. They'll And then, like I said, there are some nuances. Basically, instead of starting with just the 5th string, you actually start with these two, the 5th and the 2nd string. I pluck them with my thumb and my 3rd finger, so it sounds like. And then the other thing is, not only in this song does your thumb alternate between these 2 strings, but your 3rd finger alternates between the 1st and 2nd string. So it'll actually be. And then, let's see, there's some other stuff going on. There's a hammer-on with the G chord, but stop by the school sometime. I'll show you all the nuances, but that's, I think, a good place to start for the song. And then one little side note, as you're changing from the C to the G, on that last and of 4, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on the last 4, instead of actually hitting the note that's in the C, I'm going to cheat and let that B ring out as I'm changing to the G. Right? Here, that was the and of 4. So that kind of gave me a little room to change to the G chord. And that's it. That's how you play that one.